Most people think manifestation is about stacking up technique after technique. But when life hits hard and you're stressed or anxious or spiraling out of control, none of those things ever really stick because you can't visualize your dream life while you're just trying to stay grounded. And that's why I built a toolbox. Just 7 core techniques that actually work when you're overwhelmed or off center. I put them into a short course in my Skool community, and right now it's free to join. In this video, I'm giving you a sneak peek at 3 of those tools. These are the exact tools I use when I need to shift my state of being fast without forcing false positivity or pretending everything's okay. So let's dive in. Welcome to lesson number 4. This is another tool I use similar to revision, where if you're stuck in a crappy situation, this will just take some of the pressure off to give you that space you need to insert your desired state of being into the present moment. And this technique is called I doubt. So what it is a tool to help distance yourself from your undesirable state of being, especially when you're struggling to step into the state of the wish fulfilled. And the best time to use it is when you're stuck in a downward spiral, or you're triggered by something in the 3D, or you just can't get out of your undesirable state. You feel too much pressure and you're just stuck in a loop. So how do you actually use this technique? Let's say every month you have barely enough money to get by, and every month is just a struggle. What you can start doing is just saying, I doubt I'm not going to have enough money. I doubt I'm going to be broke much longer. Anything like that. I doubt the situation is going to be a significant part of my life for very much longer. And again, this isn't meant to be an affirmation. This is just a tool to create a little bit of space to help shift your perspective a little bit so that you can breathe a little better and step into your desired state of being. And this is another tool that I used at my last job. When it felt like nothing was moving in the physical world, I would just say to myself, I doubt I'll be at this job much longer. Now, one thing I want to point out is if you just use this technique on your own, you're kind of going to end up torturing yourself. Use it enough to create that little bit of space, and then pick up another tool to really shift your state of being. This is just to give you a little bit of space when you're stuck in a spiral and you can't see past it. You can't see how things will change, and you feel like you don't have the will to shift your state of being. This is just to create the space so that you can. And this is why this technique is so good, is because when you've been knocked off the horse and you feel like you can't get back on, or you know you're not going to be able to just shift into your perfect desired state of being, this is just a little mini step before you do that. And again, as always, don't take this too seriously, but play around, see what you can do with this tool, and see what happens when you combine it with all the other ones we're going through. Notice the changes that happens within you when you use them, because ultimately it's those changes within you that are going to change the physical world around you, that are going to help you move into your desired physical reality. So the exercise you can take away from this lesson is, if you're in an undesirable circumstance, just doubt that it's going to last very much longer. And then once you notice that space, once you notice that little bit of relief within yourself, pick up another tool from this toolbox and see how far you can shift your state. See how much you can change your inner experience. With all that being said, I will see you in the next lesson. So tool number 1, revision. This is a super popular tool, and odds are you've already heard about it, but I'm going to go over it anyway, just so it's in this course, so if you need a refresher, you can come back to it. Anyway, now to get into the lesson. Most people think the past is a fixed thing, but the truth is the past and the present are things we're experiencing in this moment. It might seem like the past happened in a different time, in a different place, and it might seem like the future is going to happen in a different time and a different place. But we experience those things in this present moment. Now, a lot of people say revision literally changes the past, and I kind of disagree on this simply because the past doesn't exist and the future doesn't exist. There is only ever the present moment, and there will only ever be the present moment. And manifestation at its core, or how to manifest in the simplest forms, is just changing your inner experience in this present moment. So with all that being said, what is revision? Revision means changing a past event in your imagination so that it aligns with your desired reality. Because we've all had it where a negative event will happen and we'll replay that event over in our minds as time moves on. And as we replay that in the present moment, that negative event is going to be perpetuated or echo out into the 3D world. So when you use revision, you're changing that event that seems like it's affecting you because it's in the past. But really, when you revise that negative event, you're giving life to a new internal experience in this moment. So when do you use revision? You can use it anytime you think back on an experience that causes shame or regret or reinforces an unwanted self-image. And This isn't a tool used to torture yourself. If you spend your whole day digging up painful past memories, it's not going to be a good time. It's going to feel like you're torturing yourself. And where revision becomes really powerful is when you use it to turn neutral events into good events and good events into even better events. And you can take it another step further by, let's say you have a negative event happen, you revise it maybe into a neutral event or a good event, and then you can revise it again into an even better event. So now you've turned something negative that maybe has been weighing you down for a long time into something that's now propelling you forward. Every time you recall a memory or think about something from the past, you're re-entering into that state. So now that you've changed the memory, when you remember it, you're giving life to an even better state, rather than remembering something negative and giving life to a negative state that's going to be perpetuated. Now you've remembered the same event in the way you would have liked to experience it, but now you're giving life to a better state of being, which will be perpetuated and bring you closer and closer to your desired reality. So by revising, you're planting a new seed of memory, which shifts your state of being here and now. So an exercise you can take away from this video is just to take some time today, pick a few events from yesterday or 10 years ago or whatever, and revise them. And remember, they don't all have to be negative events. They can be good ones that you can turn into better ones. Like, let's say you bought a lottery ticket and won $100. Revise that into winning $1,000 or something like that. Or even just revise the day you had yesterday. Maybe you had an okay day. Revise it into you had a great day. And like I mentioned in the intro to this course, is that these are just tools, so don't take them super seriously, but have fun with them and explore them and discover what you can do with them. You might discover something you can do with these tools that I haven't gone over, but the more you play around with them, the more you're going to discover about them, and the more you're going to discover about yourself. Welcome to lesson number 2, the Joseph Goddard technique. Joseph Goddard was Neville Goddard's brother, and what he would do in the morning is he would imagine the events of his day going his way. So let's say you have meetings, or you got to pick the kids up from school, or something as simple as making dinner. Imagine your meetings went great, imagine school pickup was smooth, and imagine you had a really great dinner. So basically what you're doing is rehearsing your day before it happens. You're imagining your day as you want it to go before it even begins. The Joseph Goddard technique means setting the tone for your day by imagining 5 to 10 short scenes of your day, imagining things going your way, imagining things have gone the way you want them to go. So when do you use it? Every morning before checking your phone or getting out of bed. And if mornings are rough for you to do, you can always do it before you fall asleep. Just imagine the next day, 5 to 10 events going your way. Now, why does this technique work so well? And it's mostly because so many people underestimate the power of having small wins. For example, $1 million won't do you that good if every single day you're having a bad day. But if you can consistently create your day, you can create your whole life. But it starts one day at a time. For me, I imagine getting on here, making videos, building a business, building a community. So it's the small wins and the small desires you give life to day that are going to build up and build your big dreams, whatever they may be. So when you do this technique consistently, it trains you to start every day from fulfillment. It trains you to be a creator, not just waiting for the big things to come to fix your life, but it trains you to enjoy and create and participate in your daily life. So the exercise to take away from this video is tonight or tomorrow morning before you get out of bed, just imagine your day going your way. So those were just 3 of the 7 tools I break down in my Manifestation Toolbox course. Each one is short, practical, and designed to shift your state of being in this moment. Now, if these tools helped you at all, the rest of the course is waiting for you, and it's totally free right now in my Skool community. You'll also get access to my full Mystic Method course, which goes into how manifestation actually works from the inside out. Plus, we've got weekly community rituals, a space to ask questions, and a place to share your wins. Now, if that sounds like what you've been looking for, the link is in the description. So come say hi, grab your tools, and start putting them to use. Let me know in the comments which of these tools you're going to try first, and I will see you in the next video.